This is a remarkable story. A Westport man is lucky to be alive after a tree fell and crushed his car while he was driving on State Highway 7 near Reefton. Ryan Walsh was driving his beloved 1987 Honda City. He won't have a bad word said about it. He was going just under 100 k's an hour on the remote road on Sunday evening when the tree crashed out of the Victoria forest, bringing his tiny vehicle to a sudden stop and knocking him out. He was eventually taken to hospital where he learned he had broken his neck and 6 ribs. Now sporting a body brace that he has to wear for 6 weeks and replete after his first meal in 3 days, Ryan spoke to our reporter Alex Perrottet from his hospital bed in Christchurch. Now, if you are watching, check this story out. We recommend it because the photos of his car show just how lucky he is.
I didn't see the tree fall because it was probably at a guess 5-6 metres back and, off the road. I mean, I was just seeing along, just heading back to Christchurch because I've just been to Westport because I come from Westport. It's my home, and I'm in the process of moving back over home, and I've been doing runs back and forth in my wee car, and I was just heading home, and I don't even remember nothing about it, mate. I must have got knocked out because when I sort of came around, I was trapped in the floor well of my car, and my car's tiny, so I was a bit panicky for a minute, but I thought to myself, I don't know, I'm not sure how I got out. I think I got out through the passenger's window. That's when I look at the photos, that's about the only place I could have probably jumped out, but I got out, I was walking around, and I was really dazed, but cars started turning up, and then it was quite good because a guy that I know from Westport, a friend of mine from Westport, was on his way back to Westport, and he drove past in his four-wheel drive, so he was able to get a rope onto the tree and pull the tree off my car. I went over to my car, my Honda City, and put the key in the ignition and turned it, and it fired straight up, and I drove it off the road, mate, parked on the side of the road.
Wow.
And it's a legend car, mate. It's real funny because on Facebook, you're getting all these people that, I don't know who they are, just idiots, and they've all got their comments, and they all think they know what happened, and they're all judging and putting shit on my car because it's just this tiny wee box, but I think it saved me life. I think if I had been in something with an airbag, I think I'd be dead. But
from what I can see from where the tree hit, it looks like the passenger side itself got a fair bit of treatment, and you had a bit of a cavity there on the driver's side. Yep.
I think exactly that, mate. I think I was just lucky there that there was enough room to, because I took a mean knock to the head, mate. It broke my neck. They tell me I've got what they call a C2 fracture to my neck, and they've been telling me how serious it is, and so I was a bit blasé about it, mate, I'm thinking, well, I'm not dead, but no, once I got it explained to me that I've got to stay very, very still. And
so how do they look after you? You got a C2 fracture in your neck, you've just pushed your car off the road. How did you get to the hospital?
In the cop car, jumped in the police car with the policeman. He was all quite blasé about it all, but I don't know, they probably didn't think I was hurt, mate, because I was walking around telling everyone I was all right, because I felt all right, but I'd actually broken my neck and fractured 6 ribs.
And 6 ribs?
Yeah, which I didn't know about. I just got an X-ray today and I fractured 6 ribs too.
So you don't even feel that your ribs or your body is sore at all?
Nah, it's not real bad, I don't think. But I mean, I've had a past injury 20 odd years ago, mate. I crashed my motorbike in Westport quite wickedly and broke 6 ribs and collapsed my lungs and stuff like that.
And what about your family? What have they had to say?
My ex-missus brung stuff up to me, and my kids have been up, and my mates have been doing stuff, and my Facebook's just been going crazy, and all that sort of stuff. But I'm just laughing at everybody, just all these idiots that think they know everything, and there's all these dickheads with their flash turbo cars, and they're just boy racer car heads just rubbishing my car hard out, and I'm like, man, it cost me $35 to take it to Westport. It's a $70 trip there and back. It's tiny. It's got 12-inch tyres. They cost $60 each. I mean,
So you're going to get it fixed?
No way, mate. She can't be fixed. She's absolutely rooted, but I'll get another one. Get another one.
You get the same make.
Well, she's a banana now, mate. She's a convertible. I was lucky. You
were very lucky. I mean, what do you think now, just looking back on the whole sequence of events, flying 100 kilometres down the road and that thing hitting you? I mean, how do you consider your situation?
If I had been 2 seconds back, it probably wouldn't have hit the roof, and it would have hit across the windscreen or the bonnet, and then I would have been in trouble. It was just a freak of nature of where it hit, because, like you said, it crushed the whole roof, but it left that little pocket for me. I was just rapping along, as I do in my little wee shopping trolleys, just a little car, and then like it was a massive. It wasn't a big factory, but it was really, really, really tall. It scored me bullseye, mate. Like, bam, lined me up and just took me out.
And that was Ryan Walsh talking to Alex Perrottet. And Ryan's friend Peter Turner has started a Give a Little page to raise money to help him buy a new car. I told you he was particularly fond of that little red Honda City. And if you're listening to that story, the video will be on our website and Facebook page shortly. If you want to see the extraordinary photos of Ryan's car, it is utterly totaled. Check it out.